Hi guys, I am Vignesh. Now we are going to draw a simple model in a different kind of perspective. Here we have a 4 different kind of views with the clear dimensional explanations. Now I am going to choose a top view to draw my main profile and create a solid body from this area. So let's select a top plane and create new sketch. I am going to draw an 1/4 of this overall solid parts. So draw profiles from right end to left end. So use an horizontal constraint, start from its one initial end to final end. The horizontal dimensions overall is 140 mm. The half section value is nothing but a 70 mm. So mention 70 mm on its region. Then use the vertical dimensions. Before initiating a dimensions vertically, first draw one's angular line profile at the bottom of its portion. So choose a line and draw from one end to another end. Again, before using a vertical dimension, let's trim this excess areas using a trim entities and select this particular portions to remove from this area. Now, I am going to pick the smart dimensional portions and just to mention the vertical dimension is nothing but a 45 mm. Again choose this endpoint and assign another vertical dimension is nothing but 15 mm. Afterwards, the small horizontal dimension is overall 88 mm. Half the value is nothing but 44 mm. So mention 44 mm on the bottom of its area. Afterwards, using these profiles, we are going to create a solid body. So let's select the profiles and use an extrude boost. Now we need to know what is the dimensions of it. If you look at the front view, the total dimension is nothing but 40 mm, but the first initial section is 12 mm. Now we are not considering the 12 mm value, we are only consider a 40 mm overall dimensional areas. Once we create a solid body, afterwards drawing a sum of the profiles to remove the portions also. Now select a top plane, that is a top face, and create a new sketch. Same as like draw one corner rectangular profile from right end to left end. Afterwards, use the smart dimensions to give the dimensions on this area. What is the dimensions of it? Overall vertical dimension is nothing but a 29 mm. Half of the value is we need to divide by 2. Then draw another two kind of circular profiles to position as well as the dimensional way also. So let's mention. The vertical dimension is nothing but 29 divided by 2, it is 14.5. Again draw another two rectangular profile at two different positions. Afterwards, we need to fix it. First position the sketch profiles vertically. What is the exact locations of it? The vertical dimensions is from the origin. It is nothing but 38.4 mm. So half of the value. So mention half of the value. Select the two opposite lines, 38.4 divided by 2. It is 19.2 mm. Okay, now selecting the endpoint as well as the endpoint, initiate a horizontal constraints. Then we need to fix this another endpoint. Look at the another endpoint where it is exactly located. It is located related to the edges itself. So select a point as well as an endpoint and use the horizontal constraints to fix it linear. So select a horizontal constraints to fix it linear. Once we position the profiles, next we need to give the proper dimensions also. The horizontal dimensions is nothing but if you take a look on a top view area means there we have a dimensions called a 5 mm. So mention the same kind of a horizontal dimensions 5 mm. Then again give the another dimensional areas. It is nothing but 39.5 mm. So this horizontal dimension is 39.5 mm. Mention the same kind of a value. And look at this area. It is a dimensions nothing but 7.9 mm. So choose both vertical line, then mention the horizontal dimensions of 7.9 mm. Once we mention the dimensions, automatically total profiles gets fixed. Next we need to transfer the line profiles into a reference line. So select it by using of a select chain and transfer that into a construction line. Again right click, select chain, select for construction. Select for construction to make all the profiles into a construction line. Using these portions, I am going to draw a particular profile related to each and every endpoints. So now use a line and connect each and every endpoints. Easy to draw profiles without using any kind of a dimensions because we already draw profiles from the drawing itself. Once we draw profiles, now form a pocket by using of that. Okay. How we can easily make a pocket by using of that? Let's make it. Within the profile only we can able to make a pocket, but using this profile we are going to create a pocket on the excess region areas. Look at the distance of it. The overall distance is nothing but 40 mm. The first initial distance is 12 mm. 40 minus 12 is nothing but 28 mm. So mention 28 mm in the blind distance area. Afterwards, we are going to specify flip side to cut checkbox. Once you verify that, automatically the excess regions gets removed based on the distance 28 mm. Now select this faces, particular faces, and draw one angular line profile by connecting both the endpoints in a 45-degree way. So just to transfer into a wireframe, because it is clearly indicates where to draw a profile and connecting the endpoints. Now connecting two endpoints and draw line profiles and closing the profiles also. Then exit the sketch. Using this profile, we need to create a pocket by using of extruded cut. So select extruded cut through all options and form a pocket up to the next regions. Once we create a pocket, now select the stop faces and draw another circular profiles. Once we make this one, let's form a circular profile at different kind of portions to make a proper one. First, the initial circular profile. Start from it. We need to either position the profiles or give the overall dimensions. First, selecting the center point as well as the endpoint to fix it linearly in a vertical directions. Now it is exactly placed in this horizontal way also. What is the dimensions of it? If you take a look on the right portions, here we have a 84 mm. Half of the value is nothing but 84 divided by 2, 42 mm. The circular profile is positioned, then give the dimensions. It is nothing but 12.5 mm at 4 different positions. All 4 corner points have the same kind of a diameter of 12.5 mm. So mention 12.5 mm on the current category, then exit the sketch. Using this profile, we are going to create a pocket. But what is the distance of it? If you take a look on this front section view, there is some kind of a distance called 5.5. But if you take a look on this side view, it clearly indicates the pocket cuts the entire body. So using extrude cut, select through all options to make a pocket on this entire portions. Okay, now the pocket is created. Selecting this front face again and draw on another circular profile with a different kind of a diameter as well as a position values. First, draw a circular profile. Afterwards, relate to the drawing. What is the dimensions of it? It is 11.2 mm. Okay. So mention the diameter value of 11.2 mm. Afterwards, we need to position the sketch also. So selecting the center point as well as the origin point, then mention the dimensions. Selecting the center point as well as the origin point, then mention the dimensions of 50 mm. Then the vertical dimensions is nothing but 28.7 mm. If you take a look on this front view, it clearly explains 28.7 mm. Then exit the sketch now. Afterwards, make a pocket by using of these profiles. So select profiles, using extrude cut, create a pocket up to the next of its portions. Cut the entire body. Okay, let's mirror the portions at different area to cover the entire solid part. So select a mirror and choose a bodies. Under bodies, selecting this particular body. Also verify the merge result because it is combines the entire body between that. Based on the faces, the features gets mirrored from left portions to right portions. Again choose a mirror from the bodies, selecting the overall body and choose this particular faces. Also verify the merge result to combine both the body and mirror the faces from right portions to left portions. The overall solid part is created now with the simple mirror features applications. Let's draw another circular profile on the center of its portions. Then we need to position the sketch profile also. What is the diameter of it? It is having the radius is nothing but 7.5 mm radius. So if you double the value, we can get a clear idea about that. What is the diameter of this area? It is 35 mm. Now we need to position the profiles. So selecting the center point as well as the origin point using a vertical constraints to fix it linear. Now draw one simple horizontal line and position the profiles. What is the dimensions of this positioning profiles? If you just look on this front view, the profiles is fixed under 20 mm, but we are just assigning the dimensions from start point to final part. So adding a value of 20 plus 12, you get a clear dimensions of positioning the profiles. Once we draw our profiles and clear the dimensions using this profile to create a pocket up to this next of its portion using through wall type. Form a pocket at one of its sections. Now select these faces and draw a 3 different kind of a circular profiles. Circular profiles only we need to draw once a 3 different profile is drawn, then make use of an equal constraints to fix it on a equal diameter. So what is the diameter of this one particular profile is nothing but 11.5 mm for all 3 profiles. Before that, holding your control button, selecting all 3 circular profiles and make an equal constraints. Now use the dimensions and choose this particular profile as in the dimensions of 11.5 mm. Afterwards, what is the exact positions of this particular profiles is mention each and every dimensions on its way. First is selecting the center point as well as the edge and assign the dimensions of 14.6 mm. Afterwards, selecting the center point as well as the center point and initiate the horizontal dimensions of 35 mm. So mention 35 mm now. Now selecting the center point as well as this particular point. Then use the dimensions 75.8 mm. Afterwards, selecting each of its every center point to fix it linear. So selecting first one, origin point, second one and third one. Then use the horizontal constraints. Then exit the sketch now. Afterwards, if you want to create a proper pocket on the right section, it cannot cut the entire body. We need some kind of a distance value that is nothing but 5.8 mm. So mention 5.8 mm to make a cut under this distance. Once we form a pocket, at last we are going to draw one simple circular profile to create a new sections on these portions. So select these faces. Now we are going to create a last sketch on these portions. So let's draw profiles. Prefer this right area and draw one circular profile randomly, then fix it using of small dimensions. What is the diameter of the circular profile? It is 6 mm. So mention 6 mm. And what is the positional area? The vertical dimension is 13 mm. Then the horizontal dimension is, we have the overall values, so divided by 2 it's. So what is the values of it? 63 divided by 2, 31.5 mm. Once we position the right hand profiles, now we are going to use the mirror entities to mirror from right hand to left hand. If you draw profiles and create a pocket, after that, we are using a mirror features to mirror these portions. Instead of that, I am just drawing a profiles. Within the entities itself, we are going to mirror the entire profile areas. So selecting the profiles and use this vertical line profiles, mirror these entities from right to left area. After that, using this to create a pocket on the particular distance. What is the distance of it? It is nothing but 12 mm. So mention 12 mm. Okay. Now the pocket is created on the particular distance. Overall, the solid features is created now by using of a simple method but different kind of perspectives to draw the entire solid body. Thank you.